Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I have another Jingle All the Way card to share with you. This one uses the sleigh ride edgelets in kind of a different way with a circle embellishment. So let me give you some tips for doing that. Plus, this is the Stampin' Up Bow Builder punch, which is really fabulous if you know the tips and tricks for making it work right. So let's give you some tips on that, some tips on the card, and we'll get stamping. So pull out your packet for this project, and there are a whole bunch of pieces ready to go, so hang on to those. Your cardstock in Lost Lagoon is ready to be folded in half. It's 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, so you're just going to fold that in half. And then embossed for you, you can see that, is the gently falling embossing folder piece. And I am going to use Fast Fuse in the back. When I use embossed cardstock, I like to use Fast Fuse generally as my adhesive instead of the regular snail, just because I find that it gives a little bit stronger bond when there's not as much surface area showing, because you're losing some surface area to the pattern that you're embossed. So anyway, we're going to do that, and I'm going to make this card open this direction this time. I have a gorgeous metallic doily, which I have been using liberally lately, and I'm going to go ahead and stick that right there in the middle of my pattern. And then die cut for you, using the Sleigh Ride Edgelets, which are wonderful, is this cute little silhouette piece. And basically what I did was start with long pieces, such as the ones from this this pop-up card here, the shadow box card that is one of the other Stamps the Mail. And instead of just using the long strip of it, I used a circle punch and punched out the piece that I wanted so that it would fit on this fun background here. So let's get some stamping on our background. We're going to make it a starry night, so I'm going to use my basic gray and go ahead and stamp some stars. But before I do that, actually, probably I should go ahead and put my tree on. So let's put our tree on. I'm going to line this up so that I can see where I want it, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp my tree first. Okay, and you can either stamp full strength for these, or you could stamp off and make your stars and your, okay, now I have stars on my finger. That'll be pretty later. That's so fancy, right? So you could make your basic gray full strength like I'm doing, or you could stamp on a piece of scratch paper and then stamp on your project, and you'd have stars that were just a little lighter in color. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Fast Fuse on the back here and line these two up. And then this I'm going to go ahead and stick down here with a Stampin' Dimensional or two. And put that on the back and stick it down. Okay, so there is our fun basic pieces to our card. We have a long strip here. There's plenty here in case you got to stamp it more than once, but I'm going to use the Jingle All the Way, and all these stamps are from the Jingle All the Way stamp set. So this is like the title track, of the stamp set here. I don't know, I guess it's not a music thing, so. Well, that's a little bit high, so I'm going to try one more time and see if I do it a little bit lower. Oh, I like that better. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut a banner end here on the end. It's pretty short, so there's not a lot of space, and then just a little longer on this side, because I want to have room to attach one of our gorgeous snowflake elements. So grab one of these. They're included in your Stamps and Mail Club this month too. And I'm in a hurry, so I'm just going to throw some Fast Fuse on the back of that and stick that down. There's our Jingle All the Way. And then to embellish the top of this, I'm going to use one of the iced rhinestones here. And your size may vary in your Stamps and Mail Club. Some of them will be bigger and some of them will be smaller. I'm going to go ahead and stick that down there in the center, and then attach this to our card with, ta-da, Stampin' Dimensionals. It's a little wide for one of the full dimensionals, so I'm actually going to use an edge bit here, because remember, that whole sheet of foam, double stick foam, is perfect. You don't need to, limit your use to just the little hexagon shaped pieces. So, alright, and then this is going to attach down here. You can have it go off the end of your card if you want to. I'm going to move it back so it's kind of all on, but since this would fit in a regular envelope, you could use that space. Alright, so there's a perfectly cute card, but what I have to add is the fun bow builder punch, which I love for a fun little accent. So it would mean that this wouldn't be a great card to mail to someone. You could hand it to them, but it is a fun addition. So what I did is for everyone's first Stamps in the Mail, I punched you this piece twice, and these are the pieces that you have. Now, when you go to use these, my favorite adhesive is Fast Fuse. You could also use mini glue dots. But what you want to do most importantly is you want to break the cardstock fibers in here. If you just fold this like this, it's going to crack. Can you see where that sort of the cardstock cracked there? It's not very pretty. So instead what you want to do is you want to use your bone folder or a pencil, although I really like the bone folder, and just on that part of the cardstock where it's going to bend, now see how nicely that just folds right around the corner? It even stays there. So what I'm doing is I am putting the pressure between the cardstock and the edge of the bone folder. See that kind of, so I'm rubbing it right there on that sharp edge gently each time. You don't have to do it all in one shot. You can just do over and over again, sort of massage those fibers. But it's breaking those cardstock fibers so that they're happier to bend, and then they will stay where you want, won't pop open. So first thing I'm going to do this is zoom in first of all. Go ahead and add some adhesive here on the inside. Whoa. And snap down your two bow ends for our adhesive there. Okay, so we have our two bow ends ready to go, and then I'm going to add some Fast Fuse here on the ends of our bow here. Remember, slide to the side, right? So you're basically making two halves. Okay. And then these two you're going to stick together. Now you can leave it open like this. I think that the dimensions of that are a little funky. I like it best if they're overlapped right on top of each other. And I'm going to add some more Fast Fuse. So see, they're overlapped right there in the center. And then this magic little piece here, he is another guy that you want to give him the bone folder treatment. So it's all nice and curled. Okay. And then I just put Fast Fuse or tear tape, whatever you like to be using, on the whole piece there, and wrap it around to the back side. And there is our cute little bow. They are super fun. One of my friends made these for a job she was doing at work, and she works at a junior college, and they made like 500 of these things to stick on little invites for a project they were doing for their students, but they were super cute in the end. So you can go ahead and stick that down however you like. I'm going to take the risk of squishing it. There we go. Oh, it seems to have survived my squishing okay. And stick that down on top. So there we have our finished Jingle All the Way card, using the sleigh ride edgelets in kind of a unique way, and teaching you some cool tricks for using the fun bow builder punch. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to get a Stamps Mail Code Kit, let me know, and I will work on getting one out to you. Happy stamping!